Hello, friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks. And today it is Sunday and it is the question answer session. And a lot of people had asked me questions about the budget and whether the budget is good or bad for us and for India. So let's get started with all the queries and let's understand what's going on in the market. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position into any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. So before I start with the question answer session or a view on a budget, a small request from all the subscribers and viewers at the moment who are watching me on YouTube. I would like you to kindly support me on Patreon, and this is a website which helps in crowdfunding, and I've started the Patreon channel about few months back. This is purely for funding for this channel because it has been becoming difficult to continue with everyday video on stocks, and you would understand that making videos on stock investments or investments as a whole or on any stock or company is not like making any, you would say, any other video in which you don't have to do a lot of analytical stuff. I respect those people who make videos on other streams, but when you have to analyze something and make video on it with the analysis of numbers, corporate stuff and etc., then it takes time. So but due to that, I request you to kindly support me even with the minimal amount that Patreon has on its network. And even if you help me with a $2 per month investment into the Patreon thing, I would try to make these videos better, make videos on YouTube better, would help you even understand about the corporate, you could say, whatever corporate briefings or meetings that they had with the different channels, and what do we should make of it. And also, once I'll have about 100 Patreons on the patrons on the Patreon channel, 100 patrons on the Patreon channel, I'll definitely going to start with education course on investments and on stock trading, etc., and will make you understand all the things that I have understood or learned over the last 8 9 years for free. So I won't charge anything, and it will be free on YouTube once I have 100 patrons on the Patreon site. So kindly help me with that. Just a $2 amount per month would be deducted, and that's just 140 rupees a month that I would require from each one of you. Even if I have 100 people donating through Patreon, it would help. It will go a long way in making this channel even better and more sustainable over a longer period of time, as I require capital to extend the channel to a new level. So I would like to bring in better, you can say, viewership or a better understanding of the markets to you. And I would like to bring in a lot of stuff apart from just a stock analysis in onto this YouTube channel. But for that, I require some amount of capital. So now coming to the budget point, I believe that the budget was not great but not bad either. You need to understand that the government has already announced a lot of measures in terms of for infrastructure, for consumption, from the supply side consumption, and they have announced tax rate cuts in order to boost up consumption, albeit very little in terms of income tax rate for the individuals, with a caveat. I understand that there was a lot of hope about the cutting down or the long term capital gains being removed, or other measures that could help boost investments in the markets. There was a lot of hope about income tax rate being slashed completely without any caveat, and a lot of hope about other things that could be, or other measures in terms of boosting consumptions that could be put forward, that has not been put forward. But that doesn't mean that the government will not do it during from budget to budget or during the year. That could happen in the next couple of months, 3 months. And one needs to understand that, for instance, if the budget would have been good, then the market would have kept on going up or would have stabilized at around 12,000, 12,200 levels. The budget, in the eyes of the investors or global investors, not being good has meant that the market has fallen and has gone to 11,700, 11,600 levels. I had already pointed out that the market has already run up a lot and it is trading at 28, 29 times earnings. And in that light, there could be a fall in the market, could be this month, next month, and we could see in the next 6 months market falling at least 10 to 15%. And we have seen the reasons for that fall. The fall had to happen. Even if the budget would have been good, the fall would have happened. Since the budget has been bad, it has not helped the markets a little bit or even one bit for the markets to sustain, and we have seen the market fall to around 11,600, 650 levels. Although whatever little bit that has been announced in the budget would certainly help and not hamper consumption. So you need to understand that nothing of sort that could hamper consumption or hamper growth has been announced. Everything that has been announced will in some way help growth come back into the market. So probably major corrections in the market, major correction in the stocks would be a very good buying opportunity. And the quality large caps which were selling at very high valuations, or large caps which were selling at 50, 60, 80 times earnings, some of the mid caps selling at 100, 120 times earnings would definitely correct. And you can go through my videos on those stocks, on those marquee stocks like HDFC, AMC, HDFC Life, Bajaj Finance, Finserv, then you had DMART, etc., Whirlpool, as to when you should buy those stocks. So go ahead and watch those videos for sure, and probably you'll get those valuations again. Probably HDFC AMC may again come back to 2800, 2900 levels or 3000 levels for you to invest. So any big correction which I hope will be coming, and you should also hope for the correction to come in, because you would like to buy the stocks cheaper, not expensive. So let the market correct another 8-10% from here, probably go down below 11,000. There will be a lot of hue and cry about the market fall, about the budget, and due to budget the market has fallen. But the valuations will become very reasonable for you to invest, and go ahead and then buy quality large caps at those valuations. You don't have to then search for multi-baggers, the multi-baggers that I put in different videos. You better just invest in those marquee stocks which have already run up, like Reliance Industries, or for that instance Bajaj Twins and HDFC group stocks, so on and so forth. If they correct 15-20% from here, that would be a great opportunity, and don't miss that opportunity. People, when these stocks correct, for example HDFC AMC comes to 2800, then people would start thinking that, oh, it will fall again and it will go to 2000 levels and all, and we should not invest. Already it has run up so much, already it is quoting at 40 times, it will not go up. Same with Bajaj Finance. I remember in Bajaj Finance also, during 2016 fall, everybody was talking that the days of Bajaj Finance are over. From those levels, it has already been 2.5 times from those levels if you take into account the splits and bonuses. So you need to understand that you need to buy the stocks when they have fallen a lot, and buy quality stocks. You have Bata, you have Whirlpool, you have Titan, Havels, and many more other stocks which are very good stocks to invest into. And you just need opportunity, Reliance, HDFC and all. So go ahead and wait for those opportunities and invest as an SIP into those stocks. So after the analysis on the budget, let's start with the questions that have come in. So the questions from viewers, there are a lot of questions, about at least 12, 15 questions that have come in. So let's start quickly with that. View on Reliance Capital has been asked by Santosh C. So I'm sorry for the mistake in the spelling. It's Santosh C. And he wants an analysis about Reliance Capital. I'll definitely do that in the coming week, Santosh. But in a nutshell, I believe that it's better to invest in pure consumption plays, whether it's mid, small cap, or large cap companies which deals in cash, rather than in those companies which have a lot of business which is related to interest and debt, etc. Check 3 Man has asked, is Future Retail a good buy now after its deal with Amazon? Well, Future Retail has had a deal with Amazon. I would say that, first of all, I want to tell you that earlier I was invested in one of the Future Group stocks, and that has hurt me badly. So take my views with that pinch of salt. I believe that I have looked at this group very closely. Kishore Bayani's way of or style of investment and style of doing business very strongly, and he has probably has had a lot of things on its plate compared to what he can manage, and that's why a lot of easy day stores are now closing. And I'm talking of another company, that's Future Consumer, for which he's now closing a lot of easy day stores, and they have put in the shelf the project of having online sales and online marketing of products through Amazon for Future Consumer. They would do that, but not to an extent that they were thinking earlier. I believe they are in a difficult space at the moment with what is happening with DMART and Reliance Retail coming into the business. Future Group in itself, with its retail arm, is now relegated to the third spot because they are doing sales and everything else, but even if they are doing sales and all, because of the debt figures that the Future Group has, because of the pledging that they have in other companies, etc., the company is not able to produce bottom line results as people would expect, because there are other companies like DMart which is listed, which is nearly debt free, and continuously giving profit growth of 45-50%. So I believe that you need to wait for clarity from the management with respect to debt, with respect to the corporate structure and whatever changes that they make, and then invest into the company. Can one invest in DMART, and what would be the right way to invest, is asked by Prabal Soni. He wants to invest in DMART over a period of 30 years, for a period of 30 years. A simple strategy would be, Prabal, that you buy DMART now and buy on declines. The correct level would be around 15% down from here. At least let it come to, and I have made a video on DMART as to when you should buy the stock, so go through that. Probably around 1700 levels would be a very good level to invest big, but you can buy 10% now and probably 20-30% later on. Buy big on major declines and buy less when it goes up, and over the next 2 years accumulate the stocks and then sit with the stock, and then do an SIP whenever you have more money to invest more into it, and after 30 years you'll gain a lot. Probably a monthly SIP would be the best way to invest into DMART. Have no fear, over the next 25-30 years this will be a huge company. I believe Radhakrishnan Damani holds the best integrity or management integrity currently in the market among all companies, including the Tata Group, etc. And I believe there will be nothing in that sense going wrong which would go against the shareholders. I'm very positive about the company. Is it fine to put lump sum in small cap fund, asked Vicky? Uh, Not lump sum, but if you have, then you can just stay with it. If you have not put lump sum amount into the small caps, probably do an SIP in a small cap fund over the next 6 months. And even if you don't want to do an SIP in a fund, you can buy some very good quality small cap companies. There are few that running around. You can do analysis. If you're not able to, then yes, buy some very good small cap fund as an SIP over the next 12 months. It is not that the small cap will run up all the way to 20-22,000 in just 3-4 months. You will get opportunities to buy. There will be dips like the one we have had post budget, and we could have that for the next couple of weeks. So keep buying big in these declines, and you'll have a very good average price at which you would have bought, and you could stay with the stocks for the next probably 6-7 years and see the magic happenings in small cap. Future of Tata Elxsi has been asked by Mukund Mahapatra. Very soon I'm going to come up with the video on Tata Elxsi and many other IT related mid cap companies, or a comprehensive video on the same. Tata Elxsi is a very good stock into a different niche space, and probably it has come down a lot from what it used to be, say 3 4 years back in terms of valuations. So a good stock to invest in, but I'll definitely make a detailed video on the same pretty soon. HDFC AMC for 10 years. So Ramaraju wants to buy HDFC AMC for the next 10 years. What is the right price? The right price would be around 3000 levels. Anything around 3000, 3100 levels is a very good price to buy it, but I feel that it could go down even further because there have been no SOPs or no benefits that has been announced for the insurance companies. In fact, because of the nuances in the taxes that has come forward, people might not go for 80 cc for tax rebate, and then people might not go for a lot of schemes for investment, or for you could say people might not go for a lot of schemes for which they used to go for in order to save taxes. So in that sense, AMC may fall even further. So wait for the market decline to complete. This has just started. You never know, this could go to 11,000, 10,800 levels, and HDFC AMC may even come cheaper than what I had envisaged earlier. So wait for those kind of decline, buy big after that, and wait for the next 8 10 years. You'll make a lot of money, because I believe insurance will be the biggest sector going forward. Then Anajane Yalu has requested for video on IGL and Gujarat Gas. Now, IGL for me was a surprise because I had not looked at the stock for the past 3 4 weeks. And last time when I saw, the stock was at around 370 380 rupees. Currently, it is at 500 rupees. It has run up a lot. The reasons for the run up in IGL is because of the government divestment that could take place in the company, and the fact that it is one of the most profitable government companies in terms of gas and oil sector, and now it has run up already. So what you can do is wait for another decline. In this market decline, you'll have all these stocks come down, all these marquee stocks come down, and probably invest at that point of time rather than buying big at the top, because many retail investors might end up buying these all these stocks that have already run up over the last 1.5 years at their top, and you might not see these levels in the next year and a half, and then you'll rue the fact that you have bought a very good company but at a very high price. View on Gujarat Gas. Gujarat Gas, I have a similar view, in the sense that the company does a really good job of producing gas ancillary products, as well as executing gas, and it has given very good results over the last 4 to 6 quarters, and that's why the run up in the stock. Those stocks that have already run up, I believe the simple strategy should be that you should wait for it to come down, or for them to come down to a reasonable moving average. A reasonable moving average is either between 50 to 100 DMA, or closer to 200 DMA would be best to buy them, and wait for the stock to bottom and then buy big into those companies. During the period, the companies would continue to make profits, only that these are opportunities to buy into them. So after the question that has been asked about IGL and Gujarat Gas, let's move on to other questions of the viewers. Mohit Bhamre has asked a view about GSPL, the same view that I have about Gujarat Gas, and for IGL, I have the same view for GSPL. All these gas related stocks like Mahanagar Gas, Gujarat Gas, IGL, etc., have run up over the last couple of months. So probably you would have bought it 3 6 4 months ago, would have been much better. I have talked about Mahanagar Gas earlier as well, about 8 9 months back, and did talk about Mahanagar Gas just a few days back. These are really good companies, and probably you can invest during major declines, and the decline is taking place. You can get it on a 20% discount. Go ahead and buy into them as an SIP, or buy big into them when it falls 20 30% from the top. Pratik Verma has asked that whether I am a CA. I'm not a CA. I'm an MBA graduate, and I'm a double MBA, and I have a real interest into stock market, and that's why I put up these videos. I don't have a you can say other exclusive degree in finance, although I have an MBA in marketing and management from the US. So that is with me, and I've done finance in that management program. So not a CA. Yes. I have a lot of Bharat seats. What to do? Well, if you have bought a lot of Bharat seats, this is a very good company to buy. Just wait. Do not add into these stocks at the moment, but wait for the auto cycle to revive and then buy big. Probably it will take another year or 15 months from now. I believe mid 2021 would be a very good time, Shiva Kumari, to look at when the tide turns for the auto companies, and you will see Bharat seats make 3 4x return in very quick time, and you can exit then. Don't invest into auto ancillary or any company which are cyclical in nature, or any industry which is cyclical in nature, and probably invest into them in bad times, and sell those stocks when the good times arrive, and when really everybody is talking about such companies. So stay invested in Bharat seeds. Shiva Kumari has also requested for video on Deshman Carbo Ranjam. I have noted it down, and probably a video would come in the next 8 to 10 days. So wait for that. Uh, IFB is going down. A view on that. Life is Beautiful has asked for it. IFB is a very good company. People have invested into the company over a period of time, and I believe that one should keep on investing into IFB because the company itself sells a lot of consumption products and lot of consumer products, including IFB washing machines and refrigerators, along with a lot of you would say dishwashers. So keep invested in IFB. It is a very good company, and probably buy on declines and wait for a couple of quarters results. It will recover. Now, Utpal Malakar has asked about Reliance Retail. Will it be a competitor for DMART? Well, a lot of companies have come in front of DMART and have not been able to do that well over a period of time. So one needs to be understood of the fact that yes, Reliance Group, any Reliance Group stocks such as Reliance Retail might have a very good stiff competition for demand, but I believe that with the kind of business, as I explained about Future Retail is doing, there are only three companies that are doing really well. So if Reliance Retail comes in, there could be only a duopoly into this business, and DMart with having their own stores might still continue to do well. Might not grow at 50-55%, but they might grow at 30-35% easily. And in that sense, DMart at 70 times, 80 times earnings is a very good price to buy into there. And that's why I said at a 22 rupees EPS, it would be very good to buy the stock at around 1700. So any fall in DMart would still be a good buying opportunity even if Reliance Retail comes into the business. Preeti Sawant has requested for a video on Ambika Cotton. Surely, Preeti, in the next few weeks, I'll definitely put up the video. There are a lot of videos on different stocks that have already been requested, and that is in the pipeline. So, I'll definitely note down Ambika Cotton in that. So this was my video on the question and answer session for this week and about the budget. Please like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so that you can get my videos straight away when I post it. Thanks a lot for watching.